Hello and welcome back to Virtual Pilates Hub with me, Sophie, and to this mat Pilates class. The theme of today's class is slow down and soften. So we're going to take our time with all of our exercises today, almost feeling like we're moving in slow motion. And the reason I want you to do this is because I want you to feel your body softening as we engage our muscles. So this sometimes might sound or feel counterintuitive because when the muscles contract, when the muscles engage, they become firmer rather than soften. But I want you to try and let your body feel almost relaxed as we do these exercises today. It's going to mean that the exercises are much kinder on our body, much kinder on our joints. It also means that sometimes we can get a little bit more out of our joints. So we're going to push into our end ranges of movement and challenge our mobility, but not aggressively. So let's get started here in a seated position in mermaid. So we're going to bring one leg in front and one leg out to the side, and we're going to start with a bit of hip mobility. So you're going to bring your hands back behind you, and I want you to lift your knees and just start to turn your body so that your knees come all the way down and you're facing the other way and you're on mermaid on the other leg, in mermaid on the other leg. And then we'll take it back the other way. So it's sort of like working through our windscreen wiper. So off you go, really slowly. Feel like as you move, you're really relaxing and softening into your hips. Notice how when you relax the hips rather than tensing up the hips, you get so much more ease of movement. And everything kind of follows suit then. The abdominals will soften a little. They're working for us, of course, but they're feeling soft. Moving really slowly so that you have time to notice what your body is doing. Okay, next time you're facing me, hold it there. We're going to add on. So I've got my right knee in front right now, which means I'm going to take my left arm across, and I'm going to start to add a little bit of a spine twist here, and I'm reaching from my hip bone all the way up to my fingertips, and I'm challenging the range of movement that I have here, but I'm being really gentle, really soft with my movements. And then we're going to take it back to the other side. So lifting those knees, drop, the hand comes up, the arm reaches over, and I'm almost looking right over my back shoulder. Lengthen, lengthen. Good. So we're challenging ourselves, we're pushing ourselves, but not aggressively. Maybe see if you can go a little bit more. Okay, we're going to do this one more time, or I'm going to do this one more time, but if you need to do an extra one, or if you need to just finish off the one you're on, do make sure you've done the same amount to each side. Take your time with it, no rush. Feel every millisecond of our movements. Move in slow motion today. Lovely. Okay, so when you've done that last one, I want you to stretch your legs out into your V stretch for me. And I want you to bring your hands onto your thighs, onto your shins even. And then we're just gonna do some nice easy waves with the body from side to side. I want you to ground down through your sit bones a little so that you feel that extra lengthening sensation down the hamstrings and into the back. Feel like your shoulders are soft, your back muscles are soft, your abdominals are soft, the legs are soft. And see what that does. See what happens when you feel that softening sensation, slowing things down. Good. Let's do a few more here. Lovely. And then we're going to bring the one foot in, bending the knee into our asymmetric forward stretch. So we're squaring the shoulders off to this front leg, hands down in front of you, maybe either side of that stretched leg. You're going to drop the chest, drop the head, and then ripple up through the spine. Lift the chest, lift the gaze. The belly kind of pushes forward first, then the chest drops, then the head drops. So again, we're creating this nice soft, waving movement through the spine, through the body, softening into the hip, softening into those hamstrings. Soften the chest, soften the shoulders. One more here. Lovely. Okay, from there, take the hands back and open up that leg. The other foot's going to come across. Square the hips, square the shoulders off to that front leg, and off you go, waving through the body. This hip is soft, this knee is heavy. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, feeling every millisecond of our movements. Let's make this one our last one. And take that leg back out. This time just bring the hands between the legs. Just do a little pitch forward with the shoulders. Again, ground down through your sit bones. Just get that lovely stretch into the legs, into the back. Take a few deep breaths here. Soften into the hips. Okay, then lift the chest, come on up. Reposition yourself lengthways on your mat and get yourself ready for a full roll down and roll up. So, palms down, shoulders down. I want you to tuck the tailbone under. Now really feel like you're softening your back. You're softening your shoulders. You're softening your chest as you slowly roll down through the spine, bone by bone. Drop those shoulder blades into the mat and reach the arms overhead. The arms are going to reach out to the side and circle down by your sides, moving slowly, feeling the shoulders moving. Then reverse, so we're going to reach those arms all the way back out overhead, reaching those fingertips away as much as you can, but again, not aggressively, being really gentle with our movements. When you're ready, you're going to lift the arms, lift the head, peel the spine up off the floor, soften. Soften the chest, soften the shoulders, find the core, find the glutes, find the inner thighs to help bring you up. And then have that moment again to let go and relax when you're in your forward stretch. Okay, off you go again when you're ready. So, slow motion, much, much slower than maybe the last one. Taking it nice and easy. Check in with your body. Are your shoulders tense? Is your chest tense? Your core is going to be tense, your glutes are going to be tense. And then just let them go when you get to the bottom. Soften. And open those arms all the way down by your sides. Feel the backs of the arms on the floor. Feel your upper back on the floor. Lengthen those fingertips away from the body. Reach all the way back overhead. And take a breath in. Breathing out, let's start our roll up again, taking it all the way back up through the spine. Just starting to drop the head forward, but reaching those fingertips away. Easy forward stretch. And last time, let's take it all the way back down. Slow motion, slow, slow, slow. Almost segmenting the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Soften the shoulders, soften the chest. Okay, this time just lengthen those arms out overhead. Reach, reach, reach. Feel like your limbs are growing longer, your spine is growing longer, but we're not kind of being, again, aggressive with this. We're being nice and soft. Notice what happens when you soften. Lovely. Okay, arms down by your sides. Bend your knees and step your feet in. Now I want you to bring your feet and your knees together for me. And then feel the backs of the arms, backs of the shoulders, not pressing into the floor, but just dropping and letting go into the floor. Now I want you to soften your lower back, but feel like you're engaging your abdominals. That's hard. Now, from here, we're gonna let the one knee slowly drop out to the side, slowly, slowly. Your foot is gonna start to roll onto the outer edge, so your big toe and the instep can start to lift off the floor. And it's really up to you how far you drop the knee, but you wanna feel stable through that opposite side. So we don't want the opposite hip to start to come off the mat. Then start to place the sole of the foot back down onto the floor. The knee is starting to return. Nothing else changes. Nothing else moves. So we're really isolating the hip. Okay, and then you're gonna switch legs. So slowly, slowly, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth, listening to the hip. Try not to grip in the hip. We're kind of letting go of the hip muscles and getting the oblique muscles in the core to do the work for us. Slowly, slowly. And I'm closing my eyes as I do this. So I'm really tuning in with my body. Okay, I want you to keep going so that you've done a few more. Relax the shoulders, relax the chest. Keep softening the shoulder blades, the upper back into the mat. So really, we're being really precise with our movements, with which muscles are working. So right now, the core is working, the obliques are working, but we're trying to soften everywhere else. And it takes a lot of focus, a lot of concentration. Okay, so I've now done 2 on each leg. And I'm going to stop there. If you need to do another or just finish off the one you're on, keep going so that you've done an equal amount on each leg. Okay, so when you're ready, take a moment. Make sure your pelvis is still in its nice neutral position, hip bones level, tailbone heavy, back muscles soft, shoulders and chest soft. And then really slowly start to take the weight out of one foot. So I've not even lifted the foot off the floor, but I'm feeling like I'm starting to take the weight out of it. And then I'm gonna slowly hover that foot off the mat and start to bring the leg up to tabletop. I'm moving in super duper slow motion here. Okay, from there, I'm going to do a single leg stretch. So I'm keeping my foot really relaxed. I'm not flexing the foot, I'm not pointing the foot. It's just there, doing its own thing, whatever it does to relax. Okay, so the leg is just gonna hover just off the mat. And then we're gonna return to tabletop, softening the hip. The core muscles should be really working. When the knee returns to tabletop, slowly place that foot down, no rush. So today we're going for much fewer repetitions, but we're just taking our time with everything we do. We're still gonna get a fantastic workout. Okay, take a moment. We're gonna do that on the other leg. Here we go. So when you're ready, you're just starting to take the weight out of the foot. You're gonna lift it, but not quite yet. You're just transferring the weight into the core, into the other leg. And then hovering that foot off the floor, slowly, slowly, slowly. Are you tensing your shoulders? Are you tensing your chest? Relax, soften. Okay, and single leg stretch. Slowly, slowly, slowly. I'm softening the back of my knee. I'm not jarring into the knee. Even though the leg is straight, I'm feeling the length through my thigh rather than pushing back into the knee joints. And then slowly return. Soften into that hip. Feel like you're folding at the hip. Okay, and foot down. If you would like to continue with this class, why don't you look into becoming a Virtual Pilates Hub member? Go to the website virtualpilateshub.co.uk. For £35 a month, you will receive access to over 180 full-length workouts on demand. Plus, I add an extra 3 new workouts every week. You will also gain invites to join me live on Zoom on Saturday mornings.